Alafia. I'm Philip Neimark, the founder of the IFA Foundation International. I'd like to welcome you to the latest iteration of our weekly Ifascope. For those of you who are not aware, the weekly Ifascope is an in-depth, up-close look at how to handle the events of the upcoming week. We're all going to have different events, and we're all going to handle them in a different manner. But we can stop you from handling them in a different manner by giving you Orunmila's estimation of thousands of years of watching people do the same thing and of reaching the understanding that a certain mindset is going to be best. We all have a, whether we realize it or not, a knee-jerk response to how we behave with these do's. In other words, we get excited if it's good, and we get terrified if it's bad, or we get depressed if it's bad, and whatever it may be. But there's one single way that will get us the best possible results. And it is particularly important in both the array, the on-path settings, and the EB, the off-path settings. If we mishandle either one of those, we don't get we get a smidge of what we should be getting instead of a great deal about what we should be getting. And when we do individual readings, we can look at the events that you're going to encounter. We can look at what is involved. We can't do that in the Ifascope. I mean, it's for free. I've been doing it for almost 40 years, and it's remarkable in the effects that it will bring about with your life. But it would be impossible for me to say what everybody's events would be. Some are going to be work-related, some are going to be romance-related, some are going to be children, health, etc. And you're going to have to navigate those on your own, but to navigate them with the proper understanding of how you approach them, of what that approach means, can't be overestimated. All right. So this week the Odu cast was Otura Osa, a very interesting Odu, as the Temporal Everyday side says. Have some peace, have some relaxation, but also get other people's opinions. Be more empathetic. Let them get it out of their system. Let them present what it is they feel, is how you should handle it. And afterwards, you can bring yours to the table, and it will probably be enacted. And on the emotional spiritual side, it's about, it's about sudden positive or sudden change, period. I think I emphasize, I've been thinking a lot about this, I think I emphasize the sudden change too much. I mean, often it is sudden change. And I know how many of you are reluctant or reticent to deal with change at all. None of us, I shouldn't say that, I happen to like it, but for the most part, none of us cares too much to embark upon change. It's the unknown. It's, one sense, always better the devil you do than the devil you don't know. So, but I think it's about change in general. I mean, sometimes we cannot precipitate change just because we have an understanding of something that was going to happen, just because there appeared on our horizon a hope. That's a different way of handling it. I think I'm going to do that. From now on, I'm going to make that sudden change. Well, we aren't, built that way. We're built to begin to explore change. So we dip in with our, fingertip or our toe, and we begin to say, hey, I'm here. I'm planting this idea. I'm going along with this concept to see what happens. Pretty soon, we'll find out how we can deal with change, sudden or not so sudden. but we can't do it instantaneously. And I think that, just taking people into consideration, my own experience, 40-some years of doing this, is that I think I'm going to switch it back to change and forget about the sudden change for a little bit. At any rate, it's come strongly off path. And it's going to take a big push to put it down here. We'll do it, but it's going to take those understandings that I'm giving you in order to do it. The part of you that is going to be theoretically most affected is going to be your destiny. It's going to be not able to realize a whole bunch of things. Right? It's not health, or it's not family, or it's not any of these other things. It's the whole kit and caboodle, to date myself, of what's out there. So we want to straighten this out. We want to straighten out our thinking. We want to straighten out the way that we look at all of this. And how are we going to do that? Well, first we're going to identify the Orisha it's connected with. And that is Obatala. I thought it would be Oya, with all the talk that we did about change and sudden change. But it wasn't. It's about Obatala. When you think about it, it is about getting the concept down. It's about starting to put that out there a piece at a time. Excuse me. And the offering, at any rate, this week is shea butter. So bring down your Obatala, or what serves as your Obatala. Light a white tea candle. Take some shea butter. If you are lucky enough to have Obatala, put it inside. If you're not, just put it in front of it. And pray to Obatala to give you the understanding that while all this is a roadmap to success, it is not necessarily a roadmap to success from last week to this week, and we live happily ever after. It's a process. It's a process that I fight, a process that I, go through every week. I've been doing it for 40-some years. It's development, it's understanding, it's maturity. Let's see if we all can do the same thing. So, in the interim, take a deep breath, let it be free, let your thoughts coalesce, let your prayers be answered. Until next week, love and blessings.